Hi folks, God bless you. This is Jason. I'm back in Ghana and I'm back in the office here at Grace of God Bible College Theological Seminary working with Lamb of God Ministries. It's good to be with you. I'm back in Ghana, folks. So I've just returned last night, got in about 11:30, got home about 12 o'clock and waiting for my wife. She's away doing mission. She'll be back tonight, so it'll be good to see her. And so I hope everybody's okay. Love to everybody, and it's good to be with you. Before I speak or share about what I'm going to share, just a couple of book recommendations. Just going to recommend a couple of... Hi David, God bless you, bro. Just going to recommend a couple of books. Just recommend a couple of books. So before I speak about Tommy Blackgray, hi Blackgray. Yesterday I set off at half past 11 yesterday morning and got in at Accra half past 11 at night. I did it because I was doing a funeral for a friend. They passed away. They asked me to do the funeral before they died some years ago, and then their dear wife, who's a good friend of mine, phoned me up a few weeks ago and said, would you come over to the UK and do the funeral? So I went over. Yeah, Blackgray, I'm back now. I'm back in Accra. I'm back in Ghana, Africa. So I went to do the funeral, and I'm back, and it was good to see my family and friends as well. I want to just say to all my family and friends, thank you for all your love and all your support, and much appreciated. So I'm going to just recommend a couple of books and just talk about one or two things. Prosperity, Seeking the Gospel. Prosperity, Seeking the Gospel. It's a good book, and that's the publishers. Okay, and basically it's showing you what the true gospel is as opposed to the false gospel. Another one is, you can get this free on PDF, but you can also buy it by banner tree. Profiting from the Word by A.W. Pink. Profiting from the Word by A.W. Pink. It's a good book. Published by Banner Truth. And I've been reading this, Evidence That Demands a Verdict by Sean and Josh McDowell. And Evidence Demands a Verdict. If you want a book that gives you evidence for the Christian faith, you want to study evidence for the Christian faith, you can get it on Amazon. Published by Authentic Publisher. About the coronavirus, I don't know if it's in Ghana or not, to be honest. Nothing else to report on the old book scene. So I'm with you in a second. A couple of other books. Those who are interested in A Defense of Christianity, A Case for Christ by Lee Strobel, published by Harper, Collins and Zondervan. Case for Christ by Lee Strobel. Yeah, it's a really good book. You want to know about evidence for Jesus. All you nationalists, buy one of these books. This one will be really, really good. And Christians too. So that's The Case for Christ by Lee Strobel. Yeah, read it. You'll really enjoy it. Published by publisher there. Yeah. And then this book. Any Christian out there who really wants stirred up firing in your Christian life, get one of these. George Whitfield's Journals. If you read a book this year, it's got to be George Whitfield's Journals. Published by the Banner Truth. You can get it second hand. get it free on PDF on Monogism probably, or Google free PDF, but you can buy it. You can buy it from the Banner of Truth. It's his diary. Wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning, had about 4 or 5 hours prayer before he starts the day. Powerful, absolutely powerful. Okay, so I just want to talk a little bit about the issue with Tommy Robinson. Those who know, it's gone viral. I've listened to quite a few videos by ex-police officers and things like that, but I just want to share my thoughts on the issue. And basically, those who don't know, who don't go on the internet often, Tommy Robinson was at ParksGate, at Centre Parks, this children's place, holiday place, and his child was at the bottom of the pool in the shallow end, and some guy went and touched her in an inappropriate way, and Tommy Robinson reported it, and because he tried to stop the guy from leaving who done it, who had actually admitted he'd done it but by accident, he says, because the guy got a bloody nose because Tommy Robinson was restraining him, it was Tommy Robinson that got arrested and not the person who had touched his daughter. And so this has gone viral, and it's spread all over the place about this issue. I just want to say a couple of things about it. I think at the end of the day, what can I say? Nobody should make any political gain from it. This is not about politics, it's about a child. And I think the police who were involved, and everybody who's made videos, at the end of the day, everybody should stand back, especially the police, and should think about, at the end of the day, this is not about politics, but this is about a child. And on the day, I think it seems to be that the police officers were more interested in politics rather than actually in someone's, in a child who'd been assaulted. So that's the first thing, that at the end of the day, this is not about politics, but this is about a child. And it's a sad day when people allow politics to get involved in alleged sexual abuse. The alleged sexual abuse of a child. So that's the first point. So the police who were involved in that case, one of them's been taken off it, PC Hancock, I think it is. Everybody who's involved in that case, rather than rubbing your hands and thinking, oh, we've got Tommy Robinson here, throwing the book at him, I think one has to take a step back and try to look at it objectively. And the travesty is that because they didn't take the allegation of his daughter seriously, all the evidence that could have been collected is now been lost, because the person who was accused and his friend who was with him could have deleted their phone, any pictures on their phones, got rid of any incriminating evidence from their computers, and even now they've had plenty of time to cover their tracks. People who were there at the scene should have been interviewed, but they've gone back home after their holiday, their memories will fade. So the travesty is that the abuse of a child, the evidence that was needed to be collected, has now been lost. So really that is the perpetrating of an injustice to a young child. And so I think it should be a lesson to everybody that people have to put aside politics. The police have to put aside politics and realise that this is not acceptable. In fact, it's not acceptable, it's disgraceful. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, is um, the establishment, and this is a warning to the establishment are playing a very, very dangerous game. And that game is that there has been a lot of sexual abuse at Rotherham and many, many places around the country. There's even been sexual abuse among MPs, such as the MP in Rochdale who died a few years ago, who molested people and was found, and an investigation was found out, and he'd been found to been abusing people. And the establishment, I think you need to realise that you're playing a very, very dangerous game, because there's going to come a point where there's going to be there's going to be a revolution. Recently, we just found out in Manchester that there was long-term sexual abuse and by grooming gangs of Pakistani origin, and the police have just admitted that they didn't do anything about it, and they knew about it for years. And this has gone on in many, many towns and cities. And I'm just saying to the establishment that if you keep this up, then at what point are your opponents, i.e. nationalists, going to just sit back and take it? At some point, the nationalists are going to win the hearts and minds of the British people. And when they win the hearts and minds of the British people, what are you going to do as the establishment? Your days are numbered. So I suggest if you want to keep in power, I suggest you openly. Hey Gideon, are you alright, bro? I'll just end this video quick. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
God bless you, bro. I'll be just 2 seconds, mate. I'm just on video. I'll just be 2 seconds. Just give me 1 minute and that. Alright. So I suggest that just my brother-in-law. So I suggest you deal with Tommy Robinson's case for his child openly and fairly. Otherwise, you're going to have a revolution on your hands. And thirdly, what's happened is disgusting to Tommy Robinson. What's happened to Tommy Robinson's child is disgusting. It's absolutely disgraceful. She deserves justice, and Tommy deserves support. But I do feel that there is a lot of, being there over the last 2 weeks, I do think there's a lot of bitterness in the country between Brexiteers and people of Europe, pro-Europe. And apparently the far left are getting more violent. Apparently 2 street preachers a few weeks ago got beat up in Liverpool. So it seems to me that there is a heightening of tension within our country in the UK. And I just want to say that everybody has to calm down. When you go to the court where Tommy is, it's disgusting what happened. It's absolutely wicked. To give him his support, give him his child support, his support. But to keep calm, and everybody to try and keep calm and to try and look for solutions. And I'm just saying to the establishment that if you don't look for solutions, if you don't work with nationalists on this issue of child sex grooming, then it's going to blow up in your face and you're going to have a revolution on your hands. So that's my advice. Give Tommy his support. Give his daughter support, because this is disgraceful. Don't play politics with this. It's about a little child. And thirdly, be careful as an establishment before this blows up in your face in a bigger way. And fourthly, you've got to try and work towards national reconciliation on all levels. Otherwise, we're going to have riots and revolution. All right, God bless you. Take care. I've got to go. My brother-in-law's here. Take care.